Hey, everybody. Remember, if you're a fan of the Tennessee Volunteers or just sports in general, please like, comment, and subscribe. Any and all support's greatly appreciated. Now, let's get to the video. Hey, guys. I'm not even going to say happy Saturday. Hope you're all doing well. Josh here. Just got home not too long ago after that god-awful Kentucky video, the Kentucky game. And this video is going to be kind of my reactions, what I saw after being there in person. And again, we've been doing this as a recurring theme throughout the year. What I see happening, how the rest of the season's going to play out. First thing I do want to say is, be gracious in defeat. I think many of us, including myself especially, absolutely thought that Kentucky was dead in the water. Then they had that miraculous last-second buzzer beater against LSU. They come in, they beat us. Kentucky fans, if you're watching this video, let me know in the comments what you think about Mark Pope. Say what you will. I know it seems like so far it's been underperformance this year, but I mean, we have the same record. You're a game better than us in SEC play. There has to be something said about him and his coaching that, yes, while you tend to go down by double digits in the first half, say what you will, the man knows how to game plan and make adjustments to get you right back into these games. So, maybe if you can address the first half, Kentucky will be a real deal come March. So kudos to Kentucky. No, in the Food City Arena, at first when we were just standing over the crowd, the friend that I went with, we were both like, oh, it doesn't sound like there's that many Kentucky fans there. And I think it was because you all were down. But as the run started to happen, at one point with about 2 or 3 minutes left, there was a pretty deafening "Go Big Blue" chant that erupted from the top and throughout the stadium. So again, I give credit where credit's due. Credit to you for the victory, credit for beating us, credit for rallying, and credit for, having your fans travel. Now to us, man, what a disappointing game that, again, if you've watched any of these videos analyzing the past few losses that we've had, this has been a recurring theme. Not necessarily, and what I'll say is at the beginning of the game, we were playing, they like to say complimentary football, but we were playing complimentary basketball. The offense was clean, efficient. Turnovers were limited. We were out-rebounding. We were hot from three. Defense was getting stops, was getting rebounds, was bullying everybody. It was really a great team effort. Kentucky would make a run here and there. It eerily felt similar to the Texas A&M game where we were down, although Kentucky would not cut it to like 2 points, but we'd go up 14 or 15 and Kentucky would cut it down to 7. You'd go up 16 or 17 and Kentucky would cut it down to 6. But you kept bouncing back and you kept going on runs. Flash forward to the second half. The game, in my opinion, got a whole lot more physical. It felt like there was a more of a whistle on both sides for both teams. Anytime somebody was driving into the paint, it felt like there was a whistle. And Kentucky had these cutting actions that, frankly, just left some of our players completely lost. And that's been a recurring theme throughout this year, when we played Arkansas, that opening SEC game, Jimmy Dox kept mentioning about the NASCAR action, I believe is what he said, where the guards kept cutting to the basket and our big men and our guards could not stop them. Kentucky used that same playbook. So my best guess would be that the playbook is out. People know that if they want to compete against Tennessee, if they really want to score, run those motions, get your guards moving to the basket, keep them moving. You're either going to draw a foul or you're going to get that bucket and get an and one, because it seems as though we've got some defensive deficiencies there. And again, putting that aside, with 30 to 40 seconds left, Kentucky misses a free throw. We've got a full 30-second shot clock. There's about 36 seconds left in the game. Jacoby Gillespie's dribbling down the court, goes to pass. What do we think happens? You probably watched the game, so a turnover. It's been a recurring theme throughout the year is that our guard play has been sloppy. Really, all of our play has been sloppy with the ball, with protecting the ball. So that turnover proved super, super costly. You go down, they draw a foul, they miss a free throw. They hit a free throw, they're up by 2. They miss their second one, you have a chance to rebound the ball, and you're not able to get it. So, it was a close game, but it should not have been a close game. I'm biased. I'm wearing my Vols sweater. I'm the Vols truther. We say the truth here. Tennessee was the better team, but Kentucky executed better, and they won, and they deserved to win, frankly. Tennessee did not deserve to win that game. Let's take a quick look at the box score here. I was looking at this before the video here. Our statistics are eerily similar. And if you would have told me before the game, we out-rebounded them, we had a better free throw percentage, we were almost identical from three-point, I would have asked you, what was the turnover situation like? 3 more turnovers than them, 12-9. But man, that 12th turnover was incredibly costly. And that's the difference in close games like this, right? When you're going back and forth, when your offense stalls out in the second half, you've got to protect the ball and you have to play defense. I do want to call out Nate Amitt is really, really starting to grow. 17 points, 4 of 7, 1 of 2 from 3, only missed 1 free throw. He had a hell of a game, and I'm happy to eat my words about him being a bust and being overrated. He is growing before our eyes. But what is problematic is the support staff around him, or the supporting team, is just not pushing this team as far as we would like. So it's unfortunate, earlier in the season, Amitt's not where we need him to be. So other team players are picking up the slack and shining a little bit. Now the opposite's happening. Amitt's really evolving, but those additional players have kind of shrunk away. So, that leads me to the last portion of this is, What do I think is going to happen, and what is my ultimate truth walking away from this game? I've seen some fear that we may not make it to the tournament. I do think we'll make it to the tournament. I feel like there's going to be alternating wins, most likely. Usually when we're at home, we're going to win. I think we'll upset someone on the road. But there is a very real chance, if these problems continue to persist, there's a strong chance that we lose games that we shouldn't, and that could leave us out of the tournament. We were ranked 24th today. We'll drop out of that AP top 25. I want to say it's the first time in 90 weeks that our team has not been ranked in the top 25, which is unfortunate, and to continue that unfortunate truth streak there, Rick Barnes summed it up best after the game. He mentioned that Zakai Ziegler Jemima Shaq and the players in the past would not have lost that game. And the reason was they were such defensive stalwarts. They knew how to guard. They knew how to have maintained intensity on the defensive side of the ball, that while their offense was not the best, their defense carried the day. And we've seen that under the Rick Barnes tenure. We have seen his teams gut out victories alone, by defense alone. How many times have we seen a Rick Barnes team go like 6 minutes without hitting a shot or scoring a point and still be in it? Why? Because the defense is so good. This roster today, I don't want to say incomplete, but it is not what it needs to be. I love Jacoby Gillespie repping the 4-2-3 in Greenville, Tennessee. He, in my opinion, is more of a 2 than a 1. Bishop Boswell is not a 1. He's more of a 2, maybe an undersized 3. We do not have a true point guard that's out there orchestrating this offense. We are missing Zakazi, or we're missing someone like Jemima Shaq who can come in and play the 3 and ratchet up the defense. We're missing that intensity right now. I will say that there's a lot of hope. A lot of the freshmen on the team, man, are just playing their hearts out, and they're competing and pushing. But they're young and they're raw, and they still have a ways to go. So the season is to be determined. We've said this how many times now. If you can clean up the little things, if you can stop with the sloppy turnovers, if you can protect the ball, if you can avoid doing stupid fouls, if you can ratchet up the defensive intensity, I genuinely do think this team is one of the best teams in the nation. We saw that against Houston. But if you play sloppy, if you lose the ball, if you're not going to make stupid fouls, I do think this is a bottom half SEC team. Would be lucky to get into the tournament. I know this is driving Rick Barnes crazy, but the man makes millions of dollars for this reason. He's got to find a way to motivate these young men and coach them up. So we will see what the rest of this season holds. I will always have faith in Rick Barnes. I love Rick Barnes. I love this team. I love the University of Tennessee. It sucks to lose. I will say it. We didn't get blown out. We demonstrated fight. However, that fight can only take us so far. So again, kudos Kentucky. Well-deserved W. Tennessee, we've got to step it up. Let me know what you think in the comments. Is the season off the rails? Can we get it back on track? What do we need to do differently? You let me know. Thanks again for stopping in today. And remember, if you like this content, I can't ask enough. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Any and all support's greatly appreciated. And as always, go Vols!